Let me ask you something. Have you ever woken up after a full 8 hours of sleep and still felt completely exhausted? You dragged yourself out of bed, reached for a cup of coffee, maybe two, and you still felt like your brain was wrapped in fog. Sound familiar? Here's the thing, that's not normal, and most people just accept it. They chalk it up to stress, aging, or a busy schedule. But I'm going to tell you today that there is one root cause that the majority of people are missing entirely. And once you understand it, everything changes. First, let's talk about your mitochondria. Your body runs on energy, not willpower, not caffeine, actual cellular energy. And that energy is produced inside tiny structures called mitochondria. Every single cell in your body, especially your heart, your brain, your muscles, is packed with these little energy factories. Now, here's what nobody tells you. The mitochondria don't just need food to make energy, they need specific nutrients. Without those nutrients, the whole system slows down. It's like trying to run a car on empty. It doesn't matter how new or powerful the engine is, it's not going anywhere. And the number one nutrient that most people are severely deficient in, B vitamins, specifically vitamin B1, also known as thiamine. Why is everyone deficient in B1? This is where it gets really interesting and a little alarming. See, B1 is found naturally in whole grains, legumes, leafy greens, and certain meats. But here's the problem. The moment you process those foods, the moment you refine them, bleach them, add sugar to them, the B1 is gone, wiped out. Think about what the average person eats in a day. Bread, pasta, cereals, crackers, pastries, fast food. These are all refined carbohydrates. And not only do these foods contain almost zero B1, they actually consume B1 from your body just to be metabolized. Every gram of sugar and refined starch you eat is essentially stealing from your B1 reserves. And it doesn't stop there. Alcohol depletes B1, coffee depletes B1. Raw fish contains an enzyme that destroys B1. Certain medications, including antacids and metformin, block B1 absorption. Are you starting to see the picture? We are living in a world that is systematically draining us of one of the most essential nutrients for energy production. What does B1 deficiency actually feel like? This is where I want you to really pay attention because B1 deficiency doesn't always look the way you'd expect. It's not just fatigue. It's a very specific pattern of symptoms that I see over and over again. You wake up tired even after sleeping well. You have brain fog, that inability to focus or think clearly. You feel anxious, sometimes for no obvious reason. You might notice your heart racing or pounding at odd moments. Your legs feel heavy. You feel nervous or on edge. You crave carbohydrates constantly because your body is stuck in a cycle where it needs sugar to function but can't properly convert it into energy. In severe cases, and this does happen especially in heavy alcohol users, you can develop a condition called beriberi, which affects the nervous system and the heart. But even a mild chronic B1 deficiency can leave you feeling like you're running at 40% capacity every single day. The B1 and blood sugar connection, here's something that is really critical to understand. B1 is directly involved in how your body converts glucose, that's blood sugar, into usable energy. Without enough B1, glucose can't complete the conversion process. Instead of producing energy, it produces something called lactic acid. Lactic acid buildup creates a very specific feeling, heaviness, soreness, fatigue, that burning sensation in your muscles during exercise. And chronically elevated lactic acid from B1 deficiency can make you feel constantly run down, even when you're not doing anything strenuous. This is especially important if you're eating a high carbohydrate diet. The more carbs and sugar you consume, the more B1 you burn through, and if you're not replenishing it, you're in trouble. This is actually one of the key reasons why diabetics and pre-diabetics so often complain of overwhelming fatigue. It's not just the blood sugar itself, it's the B1 depletion that comes with it. What about the nervous system? B1 is absolutely essential for your nervous system. It's required for the production of myelin. That's the protective coating around your nerve fibers. Without myelin, nerve signals slow down, they misfire. And you end up with tingling in the hands and feet, poor coordination, memory issues, and that constant low-level anxiety that so many people live with and never connect to nutrition. The vagus nerve, which is the master nerve connecting your brain to your gut, your heart, and your major organs, depends on B1. When B1 is low, vagal tone drops. And when vagal tone drops, your stress response goes up, your digestion slows down, your heart rate variability drops. Everything is connected. So what do you do about it? First and most importantly, you reduce the things that are depleting your B1. Cut out refined carbohydrates and sugar as much as possible. Limit alcohol. Consider whether any of your medications might be affecting absorption. Work with your doctor on that one. Second, increase your natural food sources of B1. Nutritional yeast is one of the single best sources of B vitamins on the planet. 1 or 2 tablespoons a day can make a significant difference. Sunflower seeds, pork, black beans, and asparagus are also excellent sources. Third, if you want faster results, consider a B1 supplement. But here's an important detail. Not all forms of B1 are created equal. Regular thiamine has limited absorption. What I recommend is benfotiamine, or even better, lithiamine, which is a fat-soluble form of B1 derived from garlic. It crosses into the cells and the brain much more efficiently than regular thiamine. If you're dealing with neurological symptoms or severe fatigue, that fat-soluble form is what you want. And don't just take B1 in isolation. The B vitamins work as a team. When you take a nutritional yeast supplement, you're getting the full B complex naturally, and that's exactly how the body needs it. Individual B vitamins in isolation can sometimes create imbalances over time. The bottom line: fatigue is not normal. Brain fog is not normal. Anxiety and that constant feeling of being run down, these are signals. Your body is telling you something is missing. And before you reach for another cup of coffee or accept that you're just getting older, ask yourself, when did you last really feel your mitochondria? B1 is not a magic pill, but for millions of people eating a modern diet, it is the missing piece. Get the diet right, get the nutrients in, give your cells what they need, and you might be surprised just how much energy you actually have. If you want to go deeper on this topic, specifically how to repair your mitochondria through nutrition,